Whether you're looking for manufactured or natural stone to accent or update your exterior or interior project of any size, Centurion Stone of Iowa offers a variety of styles, patterns, and colors for every need. Centurion Stone, our own manufactured stone product, has the look and feel of natural stone and is available in over 200 color and pattern combinations. We also provide natural stone for interior and exterior projects. Our Des Moines and Omaha locations are open daily. Browse our wide variety of product samples with our helpful staff. They'll answer any questions that you have. Check us out on the web at centurionstoneofiowa.com. Hello, everybody. Welcome to postgame here in Memphis. I am cuddled up in a freezing cold Liberty Bowl press box. It is unbelievable how cold it is up here. I didn't come dressed for it. It was supposed to be like 60, and then this press box, I don't think is heated. And anyways, I'm just being a little baby. I hope you all are having a great holiday. Let's get to it. Iowa State loses a really tough one to Memphis in the Liberty Bowl. I'll break it all down for you with what I was able to see. There's a couple of really big warts on this game. The running game by Iowa State's offense. I think we'll start there, and then we'll go into the defense and everything that went wrong. I think, guys, we've seen this before this year. My analysis on this Iowa State offense is that you've seen it a couple times now this year, and I'm kind of considering everything post-Ohio because that's when everything started to change with this team. It's a very different team schematically, but we've seen time and time again where I think Iowa State goes in with the game plan thinking that they're going to be able to run the football better than they actually could. I don't know if I blame them. This Memphis team, you come into today, and their rushing statistics throughout the year defensively were really horrible, really bad. And it didn't matter. 0 rushing yards for Iowa State today. And I just thought it took Iowa State too long in this football game to get out of that mode. Listen, Rocco Beck, for what it's worth, sets a Iowa State single game passing record today with 446 yards. And he wasn't protected very well either. I think that Rocco was running around a lot. So the pass pro wasn't great either. But it felt like, especially in that third quarter, you're back into the game. You get down 19-0, make it a comeback, you make the thing interesting, you give up that bad field goal before the end of the first half, but it's a game, right? And I just thought I really wanted them to come out and just forget the run, do their cyclone air raid thing, and just go. And when they did, it worked. What did Iowa State end up with? Their average completion was like 20 yards per completion. Yeah. So, that's my critique of it. I think that we've seen over the years with Matt, where you kind of overthink what you can do up front on your offensive line. Now, this group got a lot better from game one to where they were at the end of the year. I don't think that should be overlooked. Completely different team offensively than what Iowa State saw at the end of the year, or beginning of the year to the end. But we see that it's just a trend that I've picked up on. And I think they looked at Memphis and they looked at what they had been doing at the end of the season, and you thought you could run the ball today, and you just couldn't. It wasn't there. There was nothing for Abu Sama. So that's my take on that. I'll get more into it, but that's something that I do think that they made progress with this year as far as going outside of your comfort zone just a little bit and airing this thing out. And I think that carries on to next year. That is the hope, but they still got to keep getting better up front. Right? Like that's where this thing could go from being a good offense, which it was this year statistically by all means, to a great one with all those guys coming back. And, hopefully there's some portal stuff that'll come with that. It's not all going to be done there, though. A lot of development has to be done in the offseason with that offensive line. A little bit like a broken record here, but I do think, if we could all take a step back, quoting Gary Patterson there, you will absolutely see a group that got a lot better. And, this Ryan Clanton sounds like he's pretty legit. And I'm bullish on where they're going, but today was a massive disappointment to have 0 running yards against this Memphis team. And I'll give them credit. Memphis, I think, scouted Iowa State really well. I thought, it was a weird atmosphere. There were a ton of Iowa State fans, but there were clearly more Memphis fans. And I just thought there was so much more energy on Memphis's side. Now that it helps when you hit a 70-yard pass, right, on your first possession, it gets everybody juiced up. It really did. The last time these two teams play, it was this incredible atmosphere that I'll never forget. It was one of the coolest sporting atmospheres I've ever been to. Today, it felt like Iowa State was playing in a road game, and I didn't necessarily feel that in 2017. You're not going to hear me question effort. I see a lot of that. I don't do that because I don't think that's fair. It looked like one team was more energetic to begin, though, and that's not this. I'm talking like kickoff, sidelines jumping, and that Memphis, you could tell, had a huge emphasis on this game. They're trying to get into a power league. They're trying to get into the Big 12. And I think they wanted to use this as a hey, look at us type thing, and they most certainly did. And they were the better team today. I have one guy in here right now, Anthony, saying Memphis is not a good football team. You're wrong, Anthony. Like that is a good football team. They just won 10 games. I know they're in the American, but they played well with SEC teams like that. That's a really good offense that Iowa State saw today. I'll get into the defense. And I saw it when the bowl projection came, when it came out. I didn't like the matchup for Iowa State. And then I give them a lot of credit. They protected their quarterback better than I thought they would. Now we'll get into the defense. I really, really was disappointed. I thought Iowa State would be able to get some more pressure. And that was really the key. When you can't get pressure with 3 in this defense and you're down a potential first-round draft pick in TJ Tampa and Malik Verdone in your secondary, man, it really limits you. So, like, if you would have said, the key to this game coming into it, what is it for Iowa State? It was the ability to get pressure. And they didn't pressure the quarterback at all. That's where it started. And then you got to put these guys on an island, and Iowa State's guys got beat a lot. Tackling was not good today. One of the bad tackling games of the season for Iowa State. Maybe the worst. I don't know. It's a big statement, but it just wasn't good. And Memphis's offense is legit. Their defense is not. If you go over the course of a 13-game season, their offense is legit. I don't think anybody questioned that. My question coming into this one was how their line would hold up, being down a couple of guys from the portal, and they did really well. And that's, again, like we talk about up front with Iowa State offensively, where can you get better defensively? To me, that's what I have circled. The ability to pressure the quarterback with 3. Okay. And that was a big struggling point for Iowa State this year. I think they can get better at linebacker too. The good news is you watch some of these younger guys, the McLaughlins of the world, Caleb Bacon, and you see some potential there. But there's definitely room to grow up front on both sides of the ball. It's just such a big deal with the dime stack. And if you're getting nothing, and that Memphis kid is a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback, and he made Iowa State pay today. He had a couple of those bombs, those big plays that were really good plays. Like Iowa State was out of position a lot. But a lot of those plays, man, like that first pass, the 70-yarder, it's like, man, you just hit him in stride. Like, just I don't know. I just felt like, this isn't even a if, ands, or buts type game for me. Iowa State got its butt kicked. It happens sometimes. But yeah, I didn't expect this. I thought a few things would go differently for Iowa State than what they did. I did think that it was going to be a really high scoring football game. It wasn't as high as I thought it would be, but it was close. I mean, it definitely went over the total. If you're into that sort of thing, the more I watched Memphis leading up to this, I started to worry about Iowa State holding up defensively. Once I got down here, I started to really feel like Malik Verdone wouldn't be playing, and you can really go with Iowa State's defense the last 2 years when Verdone or Cooper are out, and they're out a lot because they play so physically. Either of those guys go out, and the defense really drops off. Now you take TJ Tampa off of that, and you weren't able to get the pass rush you were hoping for. It kind of spells out a disaster, and that's truly what happened for Iowa State today. And it's just bad tackling, and there's no excuse for bad tackling. It's just, especially you expect bad tackling in early September. This is an Iowa State football program that has prided itself on being a really good tackling team over the years, and it simply wasn't today. So there you go. That is my initial reaction to this thing. Hey, listen, still a really good season. I mean, I know everybody's ticked off tonight, but if you would have told me in September that I'd be sitting here in Memphis covering a bowl game, I would have been surprised. If you would have told me they'd win 7 at that point, I'd been shocked. And still a lot of really good things coming, I think, for this program. No doubt today was a stinker. Didn't see it coming at all. But it is what it is. These bowl games are so finicky as far as, motivation and sit outs. I saw 2 really motivated teams leading up to this one. And again, I will not question effort. I think I'm telling you, just being here, Memphis was popping more. Like at kickoff, they're jumping around, their crowd was louder. And, a lot of that is an advantage of playing in your home stadium. I understand that, but still a disappointing loss. I'm a trophy guy. I don't know about you all, but when you walk through a place, like a football facility, more of that hardware you got, the more it, builds you up. And it's disappointing when you can't bring that home. And I certainly am. I thought that Iowa State was going to win this football game today, but wasn't in the cards. So anyways, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to everything we've done all season long here on Cyclone Fanatic. We're not going anywhere. The portal is a thing right now. Obviously, I would encourage you guys to subscribe to our premium subscription areas with Cyclone Fanatic. We are hanging out and doing a lot of basketball stuff coming up. These off seasons now are as enticing as ever. So we're going to be doing all that for you with Cyclone Fanatic. Thank you for watching. We appreciate our great sponsors, Carl Auto Group and Centurion Stone of Iowa. We will be back, and we'll start doing our basketball pregame shows like this, and I'll be doing postgame as well. So we'll look forward to doing all that in what should be a really fun basketball season. Appreciate you guys. Give your families my best, and we will be back next Saturday on the stream, I believe, for Iowa State, Oklahoma men's basketball. Have a good day. Take care.